Hey guys, welcome back. I want to do this last video today and hopefully I'll do some more in the next couple of days, but I've been keeping up with the drug war in Mexico and the cartels and all those gangs and the violence and all of that. I've been keeping up with it. I've been watching the news reports on the news and I've heard points from both sides and all that, and I just want to clear up a few things to help make sense to the people that can't really go into it deeply. So basically, and I'm not saying that this is deeply or anything, but basically what I wanted to say is most people realize that Mexican drug cartels are getting 75 to 85% of all of their profits from cannabis marijuana alone. That's not even that's just alone. That's just marijuana. They're making 75 to 85% of all of their money on just marijuana. And they say, let's legalize marijuana and tax it and regulate it, which is a great idea. And that would take 75 to 85% of all the funds away from the violent Mexican drug cartels and the other terrorists for that matter. All the cartels around the world. It's not just Mexico. It's all these other countries as well. But basically, on these news reports, you see the guys the prohibitionists saying, well, if you just legalize marijuana, then the Mexican drug cartel will just start trafficking cocaine and heroin and meth. Well, actually, they already are trafficking cocaine and heroin and meth, and they're not making much money on it because there's a thing in business called supply and demand. And when the demand is really low, you don't really require that much supply. But the demand for marijuana, there's millions and millions of people that use it, and there's probably only, thousands of people that use cocaine and heroin in the United States. It's nothing compared to cannabis. So the demand for marijuana is great, okay? So that's where they're making their money, and there's a reason why they're making their money on marijuana. It's because everyone likes marijuana. They know it's a safe drug, and it's safer than alcohol and cigarettes, so they use it because they know it's not going to kill them to use it, okay? So they want to make the safer choice. But by doing that, they are forced to fuel these violent drug cartels in Mexico that kill people for the fun of it. They take and slaughter 60 people at one time. They shoot them right in the back of the head. It's just complete it's complete ignorance to keep marijuana cannabis illegal. It doesn't make any sense. It's like, okay, why don't we just take millions of dollars and go give it to them? Instead of that, that's what we're doing already. Why don't we just hand them some gold, give them some money and all the guns that they need? That's basically what we're doing anyways. It's not any worse than what we're doing. We're giving them, a plant money that grows on trees. Money does grow on trees because that tree is illegal. So they're basically growing, they have something that's worth more than gold, okay? And they're using that money, they smuggle it over the border, we buy it, and Americans wholesale it or whatever, or illegal immigrants or whoever's doing it. I'm not sure exactly, but I do know that they're taking all the money and all the profit. The drugs come in from Mexico to Texas and New Mexico, and the money goes back in. That's why a lot of the police officers are staked out on the interstates because they're trying to catch the drugs coming in sometimes, but more than likely they're trying to catch vehicles going back into Mexico because they're trying to get the money. They really just want the money. That's what they're after because that's going to help out the police department more. But anyways, the money that goes back into Mexico, that's used to buy guns coming from America. So then we sell them our guns and they have tons of guns, unlimited money pot to draw from. I mean, they're just living the high life down there in Mexico. They're killing and doing all this insane stuff down there, and they have unlimited money. They tons of guns and unlimited ammo. It's like Baghdad down there. The other thing that they're doing now is they're using car bombs. They're actually using car bombs now. And what they do is they'll take somebody like a politician or a news reporter and they'll kill them or injure them to where they're almost dead, and then they'll drop the body next to a vehicle with a bomb in it, and then someone will call the cops and the ambulance and all of these medical people to come down there and try to save their lives. And here comes the ambulance, and these medical people are trying to save this person's life, and that's what the reason that they have that job. They like helping people, and they go over to the car, and then bam, the Mexicans blow the car up. So it kills all the civilians that are surrounding the car bomb. It kills all the medical people, everyone around the ambulance, the police. It kills all of those people. That's how bad it's gotten, everybody. We need to do something different because this is obviously not working. The war on drugs is not only a failure, that's not even half of it. It's obviously a failure, but it's the opposite of productive. We're going downhill because of the war on drugs. It's actually making it worse. It's fueling the drug cartels. They have unlimited money. They're doing whatever it is they want. They kill news reporters. They're taking politicians hostage, and they're killing any police officers that will not join sides with them. So if they're not going to be dirty cops, then they get killed. So basically, it's almost safe to say the majority of the police and law enforcement in Mexico are probably helping the cartel. I'm not saying they're as dirty as the cartel, but they're probably involved somehow to get money, basically. And let's face it, there's not a lot of money in Mexico, and people are poor down there, so they do whatever they can to make money. And for some reason the young kids there have the idea that being a gangster or something is a cool thing. That's a cool thing to be because you make tons of money and you got guns and unlimited money and people fear you, and that's what they like. And that's because of our prohibition on cannabis. So if we legalize, tax, and regulate cannabis, will take away 75 to 85% of the cartel's funding, which will force them to sell cocaine and heroin and meth if that's what they're going to do. But there's not a very big market for those drugs. I'm sure they'll make some money, but they're going to lose their money pot faster than you can even imagine. I mean, they're going to go from these big time, Al Capone drug dealers to basically not having as much money. So without as much money and a big pot of money to fuel all their terrorism and all their tactics that they use and this insanity, car bombs, what's next? They don't care what they do. They'll do anything that it takes. They have no morals. So we're going to have to take away their money, and the only way we can do that is legalize cannabis, obviously. So everybody get busy, and thanks for watching. I'm probably going to call it a day on these videos, but I'll do some more in the next few days. So stay tuned, subscribe to my videos, and I appreciate the thumbs up and all the comments you guys give me. It's good motivation, so I appreciate that. Take it easy.